Okie dokie. Today I'm going to be showing you how to go from copper up to PEX for a washer shutoff. So if you're here to see how to do that, you're in the right spot.
Okay, what we need to do is, because these things were completely trash, all the parts were trash. If you want to see how to hook up a washer video, I do more explanations on these parts, on these two right here. But what I've done is, because everything failed on me and it was all trash, I cut them off with this tool right here, okay? And then you can see those came right out of there. I took this cover off with these two screws right here, flat heads on the right and on the left. I've got this box, which I cut the sheetrock already, and I've got it where this box came out right here. Okay, cut the sheetrock. Now you can see my two cuts right here, copper, copper, and this is PVC. I also had to cut this PVC off of this piece right here on the bottom of that. You can see I just cut that right there. Also those two. That's all I did. Now these are very sturdy. They're not too wiggly. I'm not going to put a box back in. I'm either going to use the box I have or go no box at all. We'll see what I do here. But anyway, this cord right here is for the hot water heater. It just goes in there when we're done. But there's two pipes, hot and cold, and you can see how they curve. It goes up in the attic, curves around this way, so it's pretty sturdy. This one does the same thing. It curves and goes that way. It's pretty sturdy. It's not like super wiggly or anything. So I'm just going to connect onto those two. But before we connect onto those, you can see how all this stuff needs to be sanded. Okay, I'm going to show you the tool that I use to sand these down. And this is a little bit rough, so this will be a good example for you. It's not perfect. I'm going to have to do a little work on these pipes, okay? So, but let's get these cleaned up, and I'm going to show you exactly what I'm using and how I'm doing all this. First thing we're going to want to do after cutting those pipes and getting all that demo done, you're going to want to take this tool from Lowe's. It's a sander, it's a 1/2 inch and a 3/4 inch. The hole right here is for putting it over the pipe and twisting it like this to clean it, and the other end is to stick it in there and to clean it like that. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, show you what this looks like. This is the 1/2 inch side, the smaller one. Now that both of those are cleaned off with this tool, I'm going to take a little rag and I'm going to make sure all the dust and debris are off of those pipes. And then, right after I do this inside part I forgot about. Okay, those both feel really smooth on the inside and on the outside now. So I'm going to show you what I'm going to do next. This is copper to a PEX crimp fitting right here. So now I can run PEX off of that. How did I do that? Well, here's a sharkbite fitting right here that I got at Lowe's, and they have a double sharkbite fitting that has this on both ends for PEX and copper, or PEX, copper, whatever you want to do. But this one, they didn't have that at Lowe's, so this is all I could get. Unfortunately, I had to spend an extra $8 on $3 on two of these, so like $6 or $7 that I had to spend extra. But this screws onto this sharkbite fitting. This goes on the copper, and then this piece gets Tefloned, which I'm going to show you in a second. I'm going to Teflon this clockwise and then apply this female onto that male. That male, we're gonna screw that male into that female. All I'm doing now is taking this Teflon and I'm going to wrap it around the pipe, the threads. Now you can see, because we went clockwise, whenever I put this on there, it's not going to tear all that Teflon off of there. Righty-tighty. Okay, now that's what we got. This end goes onto the copper, and that goes to the PEX. So, okay, this piece, once again, it goes right over that. Okay, and you're gonna have to push it really hard, so hold that pipe so it doesn't break anywhere else and start leaking somewhere else. and then snap them together. You'll see it move down a little bit. See, it just locked in. Okay, so we're locked in here on the copper, locked in here. We've cleaned it all really good. Everything is cut. We've got the new pieces here, which in your case, you may not need those two. Just keep that in mind. You might not have to do that. But either way, I'm gonna connect onto this now with PEX. You'll need crimp rings, cutters, and a shutoff for that. So stick with me. Now you're gonna need 2 little pieces of PEX to put on those two. Make sure they're all the way down. And I just cut those with these PEX cutters from Lowe's. And you're gonna need some crimpers too. They also have those at Lowe's. You're gonna need 4 rings. Put a ring on it before you insert it. I'm taking 2 of these PEX washer valves, okay? Now make sure that these rings are close to the top of the pipe, but not right at the very top. Just about like it is right here on mine. Okay. Now the bottom one. Okay, so now we have copper, which I cut, sanded, put on the sharkbite, it just slips on. I put on the female adapter onto that male so that I could crimp on this short piece of pipe, and then we put on the new shutoffs, okay? Drain is still the same, the box is gone. I'm not putting in a new box, but keep in mind you can buy a box set that's these 2 pieces with the box and a place to connect the PEX onto, but this is the way I do it because it's easier for me to fix in the future, to inspect, take apart. I don't have to cut the wall again, all that. So I'll probably do a little bit of sheetrock patch and call it a day. Okay, now I'm going to be making a video on how to connect the supply lines. So follow me over to that video. If this video was helpful in any way, go ahead and like it. Subscribe to the channel if you like home improvement videos, and I'll see you next time.